Ruby Baker, who is 16 years old, and her younger brother Rhett, who is 11 years old, both tragically lost both of their parents, David and Grace, in a car accident. Their will was not written recently, but according to its terms, the children are to be placed under the guardianship of a couple who had been family neighbors for many years, Dr. Aaron Glass and Terry Glass, who live in a large glass house in Malibu. The Glasses do not have any children of their own. Things start off on the wrong foot right away. They are no longer receiving a private education, and Rhett is permitted to play video games at any time of the day or night. The children are now forced to share a room. When Ruby and Terry are alone, Ruby is uneasy about Terry's sexual innuendos, and later she discovers unlabeled pharmaceuticals and sees Aaron injecting herself, despite the fact that Aaron claims she is doing it for her diabetes. Ruby believes that Aaron is a lesbian. Ruby makes an effort to convince the children's estate and trust fund lawyer, Alvin Begleiter, to take her concerns seriously. However, the visiting social worker, Nancy Ryan, is convinced by the couple's assurances. Ruby finds a postcard from their maternal Uncle Jack and a letter from a private school indicating that the Glasses unregistered their children in order to pocket the more than $30,000 in tuition money. Both of these items are found in the trash. Ruby also finds out that Terry owes money to loan sharks, which leads her to gradually realize that the Glasses are after the siblings' trust fund, which is worth $4 million. Ruby, who is troubled by the deaths of her parents, finds evidence that the Glasses were involved when she sees a sob at Terry's shop that is similar to David's and reads an article that claims Ruby's parents were driving a BMW, which turns out to be registered to Terry's company later on. In addition to this, Ruby is kicked out of school because the essay that Terry wrote for her as a favor and which contained plagiarized material. Terry has the intention of sending Ruby to a remote boarding school. Terry tries to get money from the trustee by claiming that it is to be used for the benefit of the children after the loan sharks pressure him to pay off his debt and force him to do so. His request is denied, and he is shown a copy of the unregistration letter from the school, which Ruby had previously faxed to the authority. This causes the trustee to have doubts about Terry's true purpose for the money, and the trustee shows him the letter. That same night, Ruby stole Terry's car keys, woke Rhett up, and drove off in Rhett's Jaguar in an attempt to flee, but the police stopped her because of a mudslide and demanded to see her license. Terry and Aaron make their appearance and convince the officers to let the children go free. When Ruby returns to her house, she makes another attempt to flee, but her family members tackle her and drug her. Aaron is then told by Terry that they need to get rid of her. Aaron is overcome with guilt, as a result of her drug abuse being discovered by her employer, Dr. Weiss. She is permanently stripped of her medical license. Aaron is overcome with guilt. Aaron takes an overdose and kills herself, and Ruby and Terry are both utterly heartbroken when they discover her body the following morning. Terry places the children in the basement and sabotages his Jaguar with the intention that they will try to escape once more, at which point they will be killed. As soon as they arrive at the house, the loan sharks, who were alerted by Ruby posing as Aaron, kill Begleiter, who had come to confront Terry, revealing his complicity, reclaim Terry's Jaguar and Ferrari, and demand to go for a ride in both of them. Ruby was listening in when she overheard Terry pleading with them to take the Volvo rather than the Jaguar. In response, Ruby stabbed the tires of the Volvo, which forced them to flee in the Jaguar, with Terry still inside. When the car goes over a ledge and crashes, it appears that both the loan shark and Terry have been killed. In the meantime, the children are picked up by a police officer who is on their side. When they are driving by the accident scene in the Ferrari, the children observe that a dead body is being covered up. After continuing forward, he comes to a stop at the scene of the other accident. After instructing the children to remain in the vehicle while he conducts his investigation, he locates the vehicle in question and then radios that there has been one fatality. After being knocked unconscious by Terry, the man crawls to the road, where he hides a gun before stumbling towards Ruby and Rhett. Ruby gets into the driver's seat, tells Rhett to fasten his seatbelt, and then proceeds to cause Terry's death by driving into him at a high rate of speed. The last time anyone saw the children, they were helping their Uncle Jack place flowers at the grave of their parents while he comforted them and reassured them that things would get better. Ruby responds that they have already done so, and then the three of them head out the door together to return to Chicago.